the word on the street is when you went into the camp, you were supposed to be a late first round pick, early second round pick. When you left the camp after you destroyed Anderson Hunt, you went from being that to a consensus lottery. What happened that day between you and Anderson Hunt? Everybody wants to know.
Don Nelson had called out because he was coaching the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
And Run TMC was running the Tim Hardaway, Chris Mullin, Mitch Richmond.
Right.
So they was all doing their thing, and he was trying to get me. He was trying to move up.
Okay.
So I walk up to the draft, and there's there's teams on the board.
Okay.
And I see Brandon and versus Anderson like this.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm an unknown.
Right.
He went to UNLV. He just won a championship. He went, Stacey Augmon and Larry Johnson, all them. So I'm just I'm a Pac-10 player of the year, but I'm an unknown. So they says Anderson versus Hunt. Brandon versus Hunt. So I'm like, so I'm walking up and everybody trying to figure out who was Brandon. So I'm little, and they all thinking I'm 6'5", 6'6". And so that night we ended up playing against each other. So we in the warm-ups and everybody trying to figure out who Brandon. So I'm in, it's Benoit from Utah. I'm on a team with Chris Corciani. Right. I'm on a team with some really good players. And so they see me. And so Anderson Hunt looking at me, right? So I gave him 50, whatever. So afterwards, Marty Blake comes up to me and he says, Brandon, I think you've done well for yourself. You can go ahead and leave the Chicago pre-draft camp. This is the second day. I said, oh, absolutely not. I'm not going nowhere. So the next day, they had the three-point shootout. Before I finish shoot, Don Nelson says, hey, Brandon. I turns around. He says, don't embarrass me. I didn't know who it was who was saying it. I says, just how just trying to be cool, it was Coach Don Nelson. So I wins the three-point shootout. Now I'm not really a three-point bomber, but I'm from Portland. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when you're from PO, you have a chip on your shoulder, and I'm an underdog. So I wins it. Randy Brown, all them down there. I wins it. Potential first round picks. Kenny Anderson, you go. Stacey Augmon, Larry Johnson, you #1 pick. Dikembe Mutombo, everybody. And so look at Anderson Hunt, and Marty Blake says, you need to stay. So he looked at me and says, you can go back to Portland. I says, absolutely not. So I stayed the whole week.
Kill him.
I got drafted at number 11.